Welcome back to the slightly exotic tropical looking garden here in Caerphilly in South Wales. Just wanted to, on the way to the jungle area where we're going to do some trimming of the tree fern, wanted to show you how some of our exotics are producing slightly wonky but impressive flower spikes. Don't know quite why this year we seem to have flowers on this yucca, and also that yucca there. That's going to be a humdinger of a flower spike in a day or two, and we've had lots of flowers on the colder lines. Combination probably of a slightly colder winter and up and down temperatures in the spring. But I just wanted to show you our tree fern, which has been absolutely beautiful this spring, casting this dappled shade, and it was producing these amazing kind of curled up shoots of new growth in the spring. See if I can slip a photograph in of how they were looking back in the spring. And we've got all this lovely fresh new growth, which contrasts somewhat with this older growth here, which is kind of browning off and getting brittle. I left it there over the winter, partly because we would use some of the old leaves to fold over and protect the kind of the soft center, the frost tender core of the tree. But now we've got all this new growth, I feel confident now to remove some of these older leaves. So it's time for my trusty secateurs. And I don't cut them all the way back to the crown. I like to leave a little stump there, partly because it kind of looks right to me, but also it gives me something to hook any straw or any kind of protective material that I want to place in there over the winter, in case we do get another cold spell next winter. Okay, I think we're more or less there. Here we are. If you wanted to see how we protected it over the winter, I'll put a link at the end of this video to show how we protected it back in I think it was last November, something like that, when it started to get really cold. And while we're here down in the shady jungle, we'll have to show you our figs. There we are, can you see them? And there's some more up there as well. So I think I need to give this willow a bit of a trim now. that won't be a 5-minute job. It's nice to have a little bit of shade for the tree fern, but this willow is casting too much of a shadow over our fig tree. So that's how we, whoops, there's another one there that needs to come off. Okay, so that's how we trim off the old leaves, and oh, that looks better already. Look at that. Isn't that gorgeous? Oh, beautiful, beautiful plant. So the other thing that we sometimes do, if we get some dry weather in the summer, having seen these things growing wild on the kind of the misty, damp hillsides and mountains of New Zealand, where they're native plants, with very moist air, we occasionally get dry weather here, occasionally here in South Wales, and when that happens, I like to put some water. This is going to be very hard to do using my big watering can one-handed. Can you see? Oh. So rather than just putting the water over the base, which would be the easy thing to do, and there's no harm in doing that, there's actually roots, and the plant has got the ability to absorb water through its trunk. So I like to pour the water over the crown like this, give it a good old drenching. Now I have to be honest, I don't often feed this tree fern, and I've heard some people recommend, and in the past I've done it myself, using a high nitrogen feed, which will something like Miracle Grow, which will encourage lots and lots of fresh new growth. This year has produced lots and lots of fresh new growth all on its own. So I have mixed up some fertilizer in here, but we're now well into kind of towards the middle of July. So August, September, the autumn, is the next season on my horizon. And so this fertilizer that I've mixed in with this water is a higher potash fertilizer. It's still got lots of nitrogen. It's got a broad range, a good balanced mix of nutrients in here. So rather than just producing lots and lots of soft growth, which I don't really want to happen going into the autumn, I want the growth to be toughened up and prepared for the winter. I've gone for a slightly higher potash mix, which will help toughen up the existing growth. It may still encourage some new growth, but it won't be lots and lots of soft new growth, which we wouldn't want going into the autumn, because we can get these cold winters. Look at that. You see now that some of the water is running down to the root, and that's fine, but some of it will be absorbed by those roots and things that are in the trunk there. Isn't that gorgeous? So there we are. That's how we look after our tree fern in the summer. Hope it helps. Any questions, any experiences, any different opinions to mine, always welcome to hear that. I'm still learning just like the rest of us, so would love to hear from you. Thanks very much.